Hi friends, today we're going to be learning about multiplying two digits multiplied of 10 by two-digit numbers using a place value chart. So some of the vocabulary that we will be using for this lesson is the associative property, a rule that states that grouping of factors does not change the product. So 3 times 10 multiplied by 34 equals 3 times 10 times 34. Multiply the product of a given whole number in another whole number. Place value chart. So a place value chart looks like this. A place value chart is a tool used to show the value of each digit in a number based on its position. Then the place value desk, as shown as right here with the hundreds, tens, and ones. A visual circle used on the chart to represent units, ones, tens, hundreds. Factor the numbers that are being multiplied together to get a product. Product, the final answer to a multiplication problem. Hi friends, for our first question is going to be 20 times 34, so we can use the associative property to make it a little bit easier. So we can go 2 times 10 times 34, or 2 times 10 times 34. So first of all, we're going to do 10 times 34. So we're going to place 34 into the place value chart. So we have 3 tens and 4 ones. So everything is going to shift over to the next place value chart because we're timesing it by 10. So we're going to shift the ones over. So we have 4 tens, and then the tens are going to shift over to the hundreds, so we have 3 hundreds. So since we're timesing 10 times 34 times 2, we're going to have to multiply each of those values by 2 to get the answer that we need. So we'll have 6 hundreds, we'll have 8 tens, and 0 ones. So our answer will be 680. Hi friends, so for our next question, we're going to have 30 times 34, or 3 times 10 times 34. To make it easier, we can go 3 times 10 times 34. So first of all, we're going to put 34 into our place value chart. So we're going to have 3 tens and 4 ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply everything by 10. So we're going to move our tens into the hundreds place to 3. And then we are going to move our ones over to the tens place. So we'll have 4 tens. So since everything, so we did 10 times 34, so that's going to be 340. And now we have to times that by 3. So we're going to multiply each one of these values by 3. 2, 3, and then 1, and then 1 more. So since we can only make a bundle of 10, we have 12 tens right now. So we're going to make a bundle of 10 and move that value over to the hundreds because 10 ones make 100. And since we have 10 ones right here, we can shift all of that over to the thousands place. So we will have 1,000 right there. So for our value, for our answer, we're going to have 1,020 for our answer. Hi friends, so for our last problem, we're going to have 30 times 42. With the associative property, we can break that down into 3 times 10 times 42, or we can do 3 times 10 times 44. 42, I'm at. So we're going to use our place value chart, and we're going to put 42 into our place value chart. So we'll have 4 tens and 2 ones. So since it's 10 times 42, everything is going to shift over and multiply it by 10. So we're going to have 2 tens, and then we're going to shift these tens into the hundreds place. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then since it's multiplied by 3, we're going to have to add some disk to show it is multiplied by 3. And then we are going to do the same thing for the ones, for the tens place. Since we have nothing in the ones, that can stay the same. Since we do not have enough disk in the tens place to make a bundle, we can't do anything. So our disk will stay the same. And since we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hundreds, we can make a bundle. So we will make a bundle of 10 and then shift that over to the thousands to give us 1,260 for our answer.
Thank you, friends, for watching along. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.